Hi, everybody. Welcome to Football Inc. Yes, no Sean again. He will be back, though. He will be back. I'm holding the fort until his return. Guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button, please, and hit the subscribe button as we march on to 6,000. We're getting there. We're over 5,800 now. Another couple of hundred. Loads of you watch the show, but don't hit the subscribe button. If you hit that for me, that would be fantastic. Help us grow, help us bring more content, more guests, and more interesting things like the show we did early this morning, if you missed it. Also, if you're listening on audio, if you're out walking the dog, walking the wife, walking with friends, and you want to listen to something out on a plane, listen to Apple or Spotify audio. We downloaded there, so just give us a follow there. And last but not least, to finish up the housekeeping, a big thank you to our sponsor, OK Jersey. All the great sports apparel that you could wish to get. There's 1901 reasons for you maybe getting a certain shirt that disappeared in double quick time. And so if you go onto OK Jersey's website and use the code FINC, you will get an additional 8% off at checkout. How is everybody in the chat? Let me know. Well, let's start with the big story. The big story, as far as Spurs fans are concerned, anyway, and that is the interest from Spurs for Robertson. Andy Robertson, broken by David Ornstein earlier today. I think it was a bit of a shock for a lot of people. And the reaction is very, very mixed. I'm quite surprised, actually. Here is a guy who's a professional. He's a winner. He's a captain. He's captain Scotland. He's a leader. He's won titles, trophies. There isn't anything really he hasn't really achieved in the game. I hear a lot of the people saying, well, why are we signing a 31-year-old? He's too old. What's he going to offer us? But we need players for the now. Ben Davies has been injured. Sousa's coming in. He's too young. But what does he bring us? For me, he brings leadership. Before the start of this season, we had no leaders on that pitch. We had quitters. A lot of Spurs fans talk about, choking, Arsenal choking on the other side of London. But Spurs need to look at themselves and the amount of choking they do during games. And this season, we brought in Paulinho, a leader, Gallagher, a leader. And for me, Robertson is a leader. I hear people say he's a bit part player. How's a bit part player? He's played 1,000 minutes this season already. He's got a goal. He's got an assist. He's playing the Champions League games. I think he's played Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. Let's see. I'm just seeing in the Champions League games. Just in the Champions League, he's played Atletico Madrid, Galatasaray, Frankfurt, Real Madrid, PSV, Inter, and he didn't play him against Marseille, but he's had 90 minutes. When he plays 90 minutes. We need leadership, and also he's a brilliant player to have in the dressing room. If you look at someone like Brentford, when he brought in Jordan Henderson, there was a lot of people saying, well, he's finished, he's done. But what he is a leader in the dressing room. And I don't know. I think it's a decent signing. He's 31. He's not 70. He's not 35. He's 31 years of age. He'll be 32, I believe, in March. And for me, for a player for a couple of years, I don't see what the problem is. Is he the only player that we need right now, Spurs need right now? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He doesn't cure everything, but he's another piece of the jigsaw. Unfortunately, Spurs need about 20 pieces of jigsaw from top to bottom, from from the board through to medical recruitment and all the rest of it. But for me, I think this is a really good signing should it come off. Obviously, he's got 6 months left at his contract. So why have Spurs moved now? They've moved now because they have to. Obviously, questions about Destiny Udogie being ready and fit and reliable. Ben Davies with a broken ankle. I think it's a good signing. Not sure what he's on wage. Rumored to be on about 150 a week. So I think personally, I'm extremely happy with the signing. Should it come off, I just think what we need now is we need attackers, right? Whether or not now we're going to see something like Robertson playing at left back, and they're going to push either Jed Spence or Destiny out on that left wing. If they don't think they can sign the left winger, I'm not sure, but it is a bit of a surprise out of nowhere. But that seems to be how Spurs are doing their business now, out of nowhere. Thank God there was no legs for Somerville. Liverpool, though, are considering bringing back Tsimikas if Robertson leaves. Liverpool will consider potential recall from his loan at Roma should the deal go through. I'm not quite sure how much money they're going to pay for him. What do you think, guys in the chat? What do you think? Let's see some of the flip-flop. I don't know what we got here. Let's see what we got. Great. It's a good signing for 2 years. That's it. 2 years. Why Liverpool letting him go? I think that's obvious, really. They've got Kirkes. They've got kids coming through. He's 31 years of age. He's coming to the end of his contract. So I think he's been a fantastic servant. And maybe like Ben Davies, we're letting him go. I think the fee will be something around £8-10 million. I can't think it'd be much more, considering he's 31 years of age and his contract ends in 6 months. If you remember, Trent went to Real Madrid. He went for £10 million at the end of his contract. Oh, that was actually only a few weeks, so he could play in the Club World Cup. But let's hope our signing works out a lot better than Trent's did. I don't know if I think you guys, or not you guys, but a lot of the people don't really realise what he's bringing. I wonder whether Heitinger, who was at Liverpool last year, was instrumental or had an inkling, having had the relationship with Robertson last season, has given the club the heads up. You know what? He's leaving. I could maybe get him to come, or I could have a word with him. But I think it's a great signing. And if Liverpool fans are angry, because he is a legend, he's been there a long time. And as I said, Scottish captain, I think it's a great decision. One other thing on the Spurs front, I don't know what you guys think about this, but the noise coming out of Colo Randall, I don't want to play for Spurs, Mawani. I've had enough of it. I got to be honest with you. I was championing Mawani. I saw him at Frankfurt. I thought he was a fantastic player. It was no surprise that he went to PSG. Did really well there. I mean, I know he left, but look at the competition they had at the club. And he's gone to Juventus last January, had a really good loan, went to the Club World Cup, did really well there as well. And when we signed him, when Juventus couldn't come up with the money, as per usual, we stepped in. Opportunist signing on loan. But the guy who's turned up at our club is an imposter. He bears absolutely no relation to the guy that I've been watching for the last 18 months, 2 years. And if he wants to go, then I don't care. I don't really care. what have we got here? How do I know he's good in the dressing room? Captain of Scotland, and he's known for it. Okay. So if you're questioning Robertson, I don't know what really else to say to you. I mean, obviously, not everyone's going to be on board, but I'm definitely on board. Let me know, guys, what you think about Kolo Muani, because I personally think I just don't know. And I think the standout moment, which said it all, really, was the moment on Tuesday night when he came on as a sub and ball went through from Xavi Simons and he gave up on it. And Jed Spence, who was behind him on the left-hand side, managed to retrieve the ball and stop it going out. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. And his whole body language is such that, you know, if we can get him out, great. But who are we going to replace him with? The other problem is, of course, you can only add 3 players to the Champions League squad. It's not like the group stage where you can, get new members in the signings. You can only add 3 from the knockout stages onwards. So right now, that would probably be Robertson if he signs, and that would be Gallagher, and maybe one other. It could have to be a Basuma, as there's no Bentancur, and we don't know who the other one is. So maybe for one more. How do you know he's good in the dressing room? Oh dear, there's always one. There's always one. Keep it going. Muani is so bad he doesn't need replacing. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But the problem is he's actually in our current Champions League squad. So if we remove him, then we've only got Solanke, who's fit, should we need to play in that last 16. So it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. Whilst we're signing these sort of players, our enemy up the road, Arsenal, are exploring a signing of Julio Alvarez as a summer move. Julian Alvarez, Arsenal are exploring the possibility of making a move for Atletico Madrid striker Julian Alvarez in the summer, according to ESPN. Alvarez has joined the Spanish club from Manchester City for 82 million in 2024. He scored 45 goals in 80 games for Diego Simeone. And there's rumours of him obviously wanting to leave. I was really shocked that he left Man City, I've got to be honest. I think if he'd have stayed there and worked in conjunction with Haaland, he would have been a massive success. But they're looking at 100 to 150 million euros. Bearing in mind, he cost 82 million in 2004. So that would be an interesting one to see what happens. Also on the Arsenal front, and Nwaneri has completed his loan move to Marseille. The Arsenal midfielder has completed a loan move until the end of the season. Of course, the 18-year-old has broken into the Arsenal first team, benefiting from regular minutes due to, Saka's injury. But now, he's 12 times for Arsenal this season. And with all the players that they've signed, his minutes are diminishing very, very quickly. So I can't see that one happening. Let's see what some of the chat, what we got here. No, come on. Sully's gone. Werner, Muani, Robertson. No, come on. Come on, Sully. I'm not going to put Robertson in the same bracket as Werner and Muani. I mean, they're different positions anyway, but Sully, how do you know? Because if you ask, when in conversations, when you see the Liverpool players, when they've spoken in interviews, they talk about Andy Robertson. That's how you know. Okay. So that's what I'll go on rather than anything else. Arsenal building from a place of strength, and this is it. We're putting stocking fillers in. I'm happy with Robertson, but it's a stocking filler, isn't it? It's not your main present. If you were getting this at Christmas Day and Andy Robertson was coming in, you'd say, great, but where's my main present? And that's how I feel about it. West Ham, Flamengo hold Paqueta talks with West Ham. Flamengo have held talks with West Ham over the signing of Lucas Paqueta. I think they want him out, rightly so. I mean, this is a club that supported, as much as I hate West Ham, they supported Paqueta all through the gambling accusations, and as soon as he's free, he wants out. The Brazilian side have proposed a bid in the region of 35 million plus 5 million in add-ons. If I was West Ham, I'd take it and run. But Sky understands that the bid will not be enough to get the deal done. I think they're being greedy. I would just basically get rid of him. Troublemaker. Let's see what else we got here. This is a funny one. Glasner has committed to Palace after very good talks with Steve Parish. He's committed, what, for 3 months? That's hardly commitment, is it? Crystal Palace boss Oliver Glasner is 100% committed to the club until the end of the season after very good talks with chairman Steve Parish. Talking about Crystal Palace, what about Jean-Philippe Mateta? Villa can't afford him. As we know, I'll go on to that in a minute, but it looks like the Tammy Abraham deal is done. I thought that was a great bit of business. Are Juventus going to struggle to sign Mateta for the financial package that Steve Parish is going to want? And I'm going to ask the question, do you think that if he's still struggling to get the deal done, that's possible this could be a deadline day signing for Spurs up front? Mateta, what do you think? I mean, do you think it's possible? 28 years of age. I mean, he hasn't been on it just recently, but we all know he wants out. He stated he wants to play in Italy, but I'm not sure how many clubs in Italy are coming up with the money. So we shall see. I personally would take Mateta. What are you thinking? Let me know in the chat. Mateta, if Juventus can't come up with the money, which is likely because they failed on numerous signings, they're struggling to come up with a financial package for Kenan Yildiz. That's been going on literally since the summer and is still rumbling on now. So it'd be interesting to see what that one is. Now, if they go all in to try and keep him, they might not have the money to do Mateta. And I think he would be a great addition to the squad, personally. Let me know what you think with that. Let's see what else we've got. As I said, Tammy Abraham, a really good deal coming from Besiktas. I think it's going to be a not really expensive deal, that one. And I think it ticks all the boxes for Aston Villa. There are rumours as well that they're looking at another striker, but I think that their FFP and PSR rules might restrict them. Let's see what else. There's not a lot here at the moment. I mean, some people will say that they would rather not buy anybody this summer. Look, Spurs have definitely got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 target. When you look at us being linked with Somerville, although it's being denied, did we go down to number 6 and number 7? Are Spurs such an unattractive prospect that no one actually really wants to come of that top tier? And we are sort of fishing around in the middle aisle of Lidl for scraps at the moment. I'm not sure. I'm happy with Gallagher signing. I'm happy should we pull off Robertson, but we need an attacking player. Forget the Champions League, because as I said, we can only add one more player should we sign Robertson. So this is for the rest of the season. We need to come in. We need to start finishing strong and move up the table. I can't see it the way we're playing just now, but we'll have to wait and see. The kids who are out on loan at the moment, Will Lancashire doing well at Oxford, getting bashed around a lot. But, you know, great physicalities needing to show there. You know, no kids football, no academy football. It's only going to be good for his career. And then you look at someone like Mikey Moore, who has really turned it around at Rangers. All the abuse, he was getting all the abuse at Rangers, and now he's in a situation where Danny Rowe's come in and they got them playing well. They won the first game in the Europa League. And but these are players maybe for a couple of years' time, or maybe next year at a push. I'd be surprised if Mikey Moore doesn't go out on loan again next year to further himself, but we shall see. Guys, if you're in the chat, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I like this one. Tony, we are the laughing stock of European football. We are, Tony, but we're the laughing stock of Premier League football, but we are currently sat in 5th place in the Champions League. So I don't know. The team that's in Europe bears no relation to the team that's in the Premier League for the last 2 years. Guys, Sean and I did a stream earlier this morning on Football Inc. With Gary Olink, and it was basically an insight into rehabilitation, medical training, the history of what's been going on behind the scenes at Spurs. Some fantastic insight, whoever you support, on tracking devices, GPS, how they monitor red zones. Unfortunately, we had to go early this morning to fit in with Gary. But if you get a time after this show, please check out the show. Went out at 10 o'clock this morning on Football Inc. And it's also should be out on audio as well. So give that one a go. Guys, what I was going to say was, who wants to go on the predicciones? Because Sean can't be here today. So I'd love it if someone could volunteer. Who wants to volunteer? I've got Sean's scores. I'm going to go and check out the scores from last week, because I believe, according to the chat, that you had a very good week last week, and maybe Sean's not come in. No, so Sean's given me his scores, and he's given me his goal scorer, but he hasn't given me last week's scores. So what I do know is, I shall tell you the scores. Bear with me 1 second. The scores from last week. Let me see. Excuse me 1 second. There we go. So the scores were me on 121 points on the Wolves of the Predictione League. The chat on 154, closing in on Sean. And don't worry, when he does come back, we'll be adding the scores from last week. I haven't got them, but I'm not forgetting them, okay? Because as I've seen in the chat, he obviously had he obviously had a bad week compared to what you did. Okay, and Sean out in the lead with 161 points. So that's 7 points ahead. So before I go through the scores, guys, no, I've got them all here. There's no making them up. I have the scores in front of me. He sent them to me. Yeah, he should be, Luca. So guys, please give me a sign, anybody who would like to do the predictions for this week for the chat. Anyone, first one up. I have the ones I picked written down. Is that you wanting to go? Let me know. I'll do it. Okay, Peter John. Big up, Peter John. Right, just before you do that, John, let me just do the super chats. First claw, Unclegg. 82 became a YouTube member. Thanks very much, Unclegg. Lovely to have you on board, and come and enjoy the show. The super chat, we desperately need a new keeper, says Eamon O'Shea. Eamon, mate, honestly, My sentiments exactly, absolutely shocking. Every time he gets the ball at his feet, I'm worried. His ball distribution is appalling. Shot stopping, yeah, very good. The late save against Dortmund was impressive, but sometimes he parries the ball into the opponent's right for a tap in. I'm not a fan. Got nothing against him personally, but no, not for me. Not for me. We've got another says Eamon O'Shea again. We desperately need a keeper. We obviously need two keepers. Eamon, thanks very much for the super chat twice. Really appreciate it. And Dean Law, as always, with a super sticker. I don't know if I've got the sound. Let me see if I got the sound. Oh, it'd be terrible if I haven't got the sound. Where is the sound? I can't find the sound. But choo choo to you, Dean. Choo choo to you, mate. Okay, so let's go to the chats. Let's see. So let's do the first game. Okay, so the first game is West Ham versus Sunderland. I've just seen who's doing it now. I've forgotten who's doing it. I've got a memory like a sieve. Who did I say was doing it, guys? So I can keep an eye on him before we do the chat. So we got West Ham versus Sunderland. West Ham desperately in need of points. They got them when they visited Dr. Tottenham. 2-1 wins, late win, goal from Callum Wilson. I thought they were really, really poor. I've got to be honest with you. I know we were terrible, but they were really, really poor. Although they're at home, I think Sunderland, with the players come back from AFCON, I think we might see Sunderland going again. So I'm going to go. Sean has gone for West Ham 1, Sunderland 1. And I'm going to go for West Ham 1, Sunderland 2. So what's the... It's Peter, it's Johnny. Hang on 1 second. Who was doing the two? Is it Brian? I've forgotten who was doing it. Just tell me it's Peter John. Okay, Peter John. Okay, let's see. Peter John, what's your score, mate? Let's see. Trying to find Peter John's score. Where are you, Peter John? Peter John. Peter John. Where are you, Peter John? Come in, Peter John. 1-2. 1-2 to okay, 1-2. I'll just make a note of that. Same as myself, actually. I think they'll win. Right, well, another big one here. Burnley versus Spurs. This is going to be an interesting one. Burnley, good at home. We know Scotty Parker is going to lock up shop. We also know there's a few old boys there. We've got Marcus Edwards, and we've got our former Carl Walker there, and we got Scotty Parker. They got a fantastic result against Liverpool, a 1-1 draw, and they thoroughly deserved it. I think it's going to be a really, really hard game. I mean, it's all very well playing Dortmund and having an attacking team. Dortmund came to play football. They're not as physical as some of the Burnley players, and they're going to play a low block. Sean has gone for a 2-1 Spurs win. Peter John, let's see what Peter John has gone for. Let's see, 3-0 Matt Wade. Let's see, Peter John, where are you? I'm just trying to see Peter John. Peter John, what have you gone? Peter John, if you do it in capitals, Peter John, I can see you easy because everyone's putting their scores through. Can't see you. We got 2-0. Peter John, 2-0. Okay, Peter. I actually think that Spurs might actually surprise a few people. And I'm going to go. I have gone for a 2-1 win as well. Next game up, Fulham versus Brighton. Fulham, who were on a really good run till they lost last week. Tough one. Silver's got them playing well. They've got 3 of their players back. They've got Bassi. They've got who else have they got? Chukwuemeka and the former Arsenal midfielder. So they got 3 big players coming back on the weekend, and I think they're going to be too strong for Brighton. Personally, I think Brighton sort of hit and miss at the moment, up and down. Sean has gone Fulham 2, Brighton 1. Peter John, let me know what you think in the chat. Fulham 1, Brighton 1, says Reese. 2-1, Fulham, says John Campbell. Chukwuemeka, thank you, Matthew. 1-1, says Brian. Marshall, 1-0 Brighton. 1-0 Fulham. 2-1 Fulham. Peter John. Okay, I'll put that one in. 2-1 Brighton. 2-1 Fulham, sorry. 2-1 Fulham. Okay. This is a huge one. You wouldn't have thought it a few weeks ago, let's be honest. Manchester City versus Wolves. I take it Mark Gahey will start. I can't see how he won't. And obviously, Semenyo will also start. But Rob Edwards is getting a tune out of Wolves. And the way City are playing at the moment, I mean, they've been absolutely shocking. The last 5 games, they've got 3 draws. And in the Premier League, 3 points out of a possible 12, and literally handed the title to Arsenal, in my opinion. But I think it's going to make a comeback. I think they will come back today. Tony's gone City 2, Wolves 1. Brian's gone 3-1. What have you got in the chat, guys? What's your score in the chat? John Campbell, let's see, 3-1, 3-2. Let's see who our representative is. What's he doing now? What's his score? Marshall, 3-2. Depends if Haaland is injured. True. Peter John, 3-1 to Man City. Okay, I'll put that one down. I'll give you the other scores. Sean has gone for 3-1 as well. Sorry, I went 3-1. Sean has gone 3-0 to Wolves. Next game up, Bournemouth versus Liverpool. I think this could be quite a good game. Bournemouth starting to show signs of recovery a bit. I don't think all of their players are back. Clivert, I think, is still injured, but they are still a handful. Liverpool, Ekitike, I thought had a really good game in the week, but maybe the playing on Wednesday and then going away to Bournemouth will make them a little bit tired. But I think that this could be a tight one. Sean has gone for a 2-2, a Desmond. And I have gone for a 2-1 Liverpool win. Let's see some of you guys and what your scores are. Marshall's gone 2-1. I don't care, says Sam, but 1-1. Ryan, 1-3. Ryan. Peter John, what score are you going for, buddy? Peter John, 2-1 to Liverpool. Okay, I'll whack that one in. 1-2 to Liverpool. Brentford Forest. Forest desperate in need of a win, but Brentford absolutely fantastic at home. Andrews is doing a brilliant job. Igor Thiago on fire, and when he's not, Sade is a smooth operator, banging those goals in. I can only see one winner here today. Sorry, in this game. Forest. Is Sean Dyche in trouble with getting the sack? Marinakis, anything could happen with Marinakis. He's an absolute nightmare. I don't think I've got an uptick. I still don't understand why they sacked Nuno. I've got absolute no idea why they did it. I'll tell you the scores. So Sean has gone 2-0 to Brentford. I've also gone 2-0. And Peter John, what have you gone for in this game? Peter John, Brentford, Forest. Let's see some of the other scores that have come up. John Carpenter, 2-0 as well. A lot of 2-0s, 2-1, 3-0, Brentford. Peter John, 2-0 Forest, 2-0 Brentford. Sorry, yep, 2-0. Okay. 2-0. Okay. Crystal Palace. Ismail Sarr must have come back from the AFCON and he's turned up and everyone's disappeared. The manager says he wants out. Players are leaving. Yeah, a bit of a sorry state of affairs. But Glasner's being professional. The professional versus the PE teacher in Rocinha. Guys, what are you thinking with this one? I'll tell you what Sean's gone for. Sean's gone for Palace 1, Chelsea 2. Sorry, I've gone for Chelsea. Sorry, that's my score. Beg your pardon. Palace 1, Chelsea 2. And actually, Sean's gone for the same score. I did think about a draw. But it's a hard one to call because I don't know what state that dressing room is in right now, to be truthful with you. With the manager going, I can't be asked. I think maybe the only thing they'll be concentrating on is the Europa Conference, the Conference League. So I can't see much happening there. So I definitely think that Chelsea will run out winners there with Reece James back in the middle of the park. And 2-0, Peter John has gone as well. 0-2. Okay. I think he's following us. Newcastle Villa. This is a big game. Huge game. Newcastle, almost unstoppable at home. An absolute machine at home with the crowd behind them. And Aston Villa struggling in the last game. A real surprise that they lost at home to Everton. I actually couldn't believe it. I thought they'd absolutely walk it. But Newcastle need the points. Newcastle need to move up the table. And Aston Villa, if they want to keep on the shirt tails, or the coattails, should I say, of Arsenal, and even make it a reasonable, exciting transfer title race, then they need them to win. But I can't see them doing it. I've got to be honest. I've gone for a Newcastle to win 2-1. Sean has gone for a Desmond. Peter John has gone for a Newcastle win as well, 2-1. Okay. Let's put that one in. Let's see some of the chat scores, see what you guys have gone for. Newcastle 2-1, 2-1. 3-1 Newcastle. Not many people, a couple of draws, but most people seem to be going for a home win. Okay, next game. Arsenal at home against a rejuvenated Manchester United. We shall see. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Carrick do one on Arsenal and get a result. And Buemo's back. Kobe Mainoo's playing in the middle of the park. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. But maybe it's the romantic side of me thinking that it could possibly happen. I'm not so sure, if I'm honest. So, but I think they're going to get something out of it. So I'm going to go 2-2. I'm going to go for a Desmond. And Sean has gone for a 2-1 Arsenal win. Let's see what else we've got here. What's he gone for? The scores. Marshall's gone 4-1. I hope you're not right. 8-2 uphill goal. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Sully's gone 2-1 United. That's more like it, Sully. Let's have some positivity for United. 2-1 United. Luckner. 4-0. 7-0 Man U. We'll show you. Peter John, Arsenal 2-1. He's having none of it. He's having absolutely none of it at all. Okay. And the last game, Everton versus Leeds. Everton at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Great win last week away at at Villa. They got Ndai back, got a couple back from the AFCON, which will make a big difference to them. Leeds haven't travelled brilliantly away from home, very good at home. I think this could be a tricky one, but I've gone for a 2-2 draw in this one. I think it could be a tight game. Maybe 2-2's too many goals. Let's see what some of you in the draws. We've got a few draws here. A few draws. Everton 2-1. 2-1. Yeah. Let's see what else we've got. Yeah. 2-1 over John Carpenter. Let's see what Peter John has gone for. Peter John has gone for 1-1. 1-1. Right, so let's do the players to score. Remember, 3 points for a win, for a goal, and 1 point for assist. Sean has gone for Harry Wilson. Now, it was very kind of Sean, but he has not left me with all the players. I didn't have time to check with all the players that you can't choose. So I think you're going to have to choose a random one, Peter John. Maybe something out the back, not one that you would think of to use. I'm going to go for Palmer because I don't think I've used Cole Palmer, and I'm almost sure I haven't. Who do you want to use, Peter John? I'll let you know if you call him out. Marcus Edwards, that's a good shout. He's going to score. He's going to score. If Palmer's injured, yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Let's have a look. Check the injuries. You could be right. Who else? Yeah, you think you're right. Yeah, I tell you what, you're right. I'm going to go for... who am I going to go for? Do you know what? I'm going to go for Solanke. Guys, thanks for the tip. I'm going to go for Solanke. I'm going to go for Solanke. Peter John, who are you going for? Bruno Fernandes. Good shout. Good shout. Bruno Fernandes. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Let's have a look at some of the stars in the chats. We go here. TWC till we die. Big up Jonny and Sean. Hope you're okay. Keep up the great work you both do. Thanks very much. A member for 5 months. You've been there since almost the beginning. We've been going for about 6.5, 7 months now. I really appreciate all the support. In fact, Sean and I appreciate the support of everyone, although he's not here tonight. Believe me when I say that we couldn't do any of this without you. I mean, to grow to nearly 6,000 in such a short space of time is an incredible feat. And to guys, if you're just popping in now for the first time, please hit the subscribe button. Trying to grow the channel to 6,000, and before you leave, please hit the like button. And if you're a football fan or a Spurs fan even, go and check out the video that Sean and I put up on YouTube about the Spurs medical department. It's not just about Spurs. Well, it's about the Spurs medical department, but any football fan who's interested in the medical side of tracking GPS, recovery rooms, how it all works, how the medical team monitor injuries and stuff like that. It was an hour and a half of insightful YouTubing. For me, it's probably one of the best YouTubes I've been part of. Really, really insightful. So if you get time, guys, please check that out. Let's just give you another couple of super chat. Choo. James, thank you very much, mate. Couldn't do it without you. Regular on the show. Thanks very much, guys. And Koishal Spurs. with a super sticker. Thanks, guys. Listen, I hope this weekend gives us, whoever you support, an exciting weekend, because I've got to be honest with you. I found the football this season. I'm a football lover, as most of us are who are in here. That's the reason why we're here. But I found a lot of the football this season extremely robotic. The set pieces, the crowded boxes, the strikers don't have room. When they do get a shot off, there's 10, 12 players in the box. And I just want to see some expansive football. I want to see players go for it. I don't want to see set piece goals, everything built up to a corner or a long throw. I don't mind adding it into the game, but I don't want it to be the main part of the game. And I think it's just, if you do watch the show, we were talking, Gary was talking about data overload, and a lot of the managers and the clubs now, because there's so much data, they can't consume it. Just tell me, is he doing the work? Is he near the injury point? Should he be taken off? There's too much data. We need to get back to basics, the basics of football. And throw a sprinkling of data to get that edge. But I think it's just gone too far the other way. Football, Derbyshire, yes, turgid. That's exactly how I would describe it. In fact, I've got to be honest with you, I think I've enjoyed Championship football more so. I'm actually hoping to get down to my reasonably local team where I used to live, Boreham Wood, who are top of the National League now. I think I'm going to go down and watch them play when Spurs are out of town, and there's not a game on, maybe a cup weekend if they're playing a league game, and start going back to watching the football I love, and even academy football, because this is not the football that I remember, and the football I grew up loving. I don't know what you think. Peter John, thanks very much. Well done for your choices. I'm sure you're going to do great. Guys, I'm going to leave it there now. Thanks so much for your support. It was a last minute one because we had the big hour-and-a-half show today, but I couldn't, even though Sean couldn't make it, I couldn't do a week without the predictions. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for dropping by. And as I said, please go and check out the video from this morning. Thanks very much. And it's goodbye from me. And he's not here.